Okay, now that I'm seeing this critic reception of The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is not looking good, to be honest with you, at all, as far as, the critics' response, I still like what I saw from the movie, and I like what John did, and I at this point, I know the direction this movie's going. There's no surprises. I know what I'm expecting, and I just know, okay? I'm fine with that. I think having a Star Wars action flick's great. I think having one of these movies that, is just a fun, exhilarating watch in the Star Wars universe. It feels like Star Wars and looks like Star Wars, but doesn't necessarily radically shift or change the story. People were fine with Skeleton Crew. Why aren't they fine with this? It's like, that's the bullshit. But anyways, so originally, this film was going to lead into Ahsoka Season 2, and then Ahsoka Season 2 would have led into Dave's movie, and so on. Things have shifted at Lucasfilm since Dave got in control. And the whole plan going forward with the Rey movie, with Dawn of the Jedi, with his movie, all that is being completely changed. Completely changed. And Anakin Skywalker is going to be resurrected. And Dave's movie has been rewritten to have Leia and Anakin at the forefront, which also probably means Luke. So, holy shit. That is a lot better than what we were going to get before. Ahsoka Season 2 is being reshot partially to change major plot points to follow this new vision Dave has for the brand, for the franchise. And yeah, this is a big fucking deal, and this is not a little thing. And the reason why The Mandalorian and Grogu is so fucking simple is because they didn't want to constrain anything to one path, because Dave has a different idea for what he wants to do. So the plan Kathy had in mind and that original team at Lucasfilm had in mind is being removed, and they're releasing what they've shot because they don't want to scrap, something that has been fucking spent millions of dollars on. They don't want to just throw away millions of dollars like idiotic DC did with Batgirl. So basically, they're just releasing what they can release, and they still have a really good movie coming out of it. And John's vision for that movie was always a fun action movie, but there was going to be a lot more story to it than there is. So just be vigilant. There's more to this story, to the story of the production of this movie, than is out there revealed to the public, because this is all internal Lucasfilm shit that I'm telling you right now. I mean, this is a full-on shift from Kathy's vision. I mean, he's bringing everything together now, where Kathy was very much like, each project's its own thing. He's very much like, no, they're all gonna converge. And it's even gonna lead into Starfighter, and there's the Force in that. We know there's lightsabers in that. Like Mando and Grogu, we always knew was kind of gonna be, I don't want to say this because it's a great film, but a bump in the road in terms of reputation for Star Wars, because they knew what they were going to have to do in order to make Ahsoka Season 2 and the rest of Star Wars going forward, to be as good as it can be. So, that's just kind of what had to happen, and I hope it doesn't hurt Star Wars too much, And Lucasfilm was worried about that. I know people internally who were concerned about how this movie's performance was going to be due to these changes and whatever. But it's for the better. So don't be fooled. And, again, it's an action flick at the end of the day. Critics never like action flicks. Think of it like, Transformers, like First Blood, all those movies. I don't know, some of those, like, Bruce Willis action film, like all those just kind of films with a very simple plot, but it's all set pieces and action and this and that. That's what this is. And I hope that doesn't get confused with, like, it being corporate slop or whatever, because there's a lot more that's happened behind the scenes than what's being revealed. Because you can't professionally reveal that you fucked up so bad that you are going in and shifting your entire brand because of pure ignorance and idiocy for over however many years it's been, 14 years, that you've had control of Star Wars. So there you have it. Major changes over at Lucasfilm right now. Be prepared for what is to come. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be really good. And we're already seeing that shift, with Maul Shadow Lord, with the Galaxy's Edge timeline change, with even Mando and Grogu itself, like, just feeling and looking more like Star Wars than really any of the projects recently. Like, things are changing already, and they're changing things as much as they can and as quickly as they can, because they know we're upset, they know their numbers were going down, and they're doing something about it. So there's a reason why when Star Wars is doing good, when they release a good project, it explodes and everyone watches it. Maul Shadow Lord was number 1 on Disney Plus for weeks. When has that happened with a fucking Star Wars show? It was number 1 on streaming, period, for ages. So when has that happened with the Star Wars show since, like, The Mandalorian Season 2? It hasn't. So Star Wars still has the power it's always had. It just doesn't come out when you release stupid shit no one wants to watch, right? Or you release pointless stuff that doesn't really connect to the rest of the brand. So it's unfortunate that people are going to look at the Mandalorian movie this way, but you have to understand it had to happen this way, or else we would have been constrained by a Mandalorian movie. We don't want that. So just understand what's coming. But that's it.